Hey, I'm Jon Thelen. Today I'm Fish Ed. We're out chasing some walleyes around, and I'll tell you what, there's a pretty good bite going on in the body of water I'm on right now. I'm on Lake of the Woods, and everybody's talking about how good the bite is. You want to know how good it is? Look at that. I just dropped down. This ain't a very big fish, but man, fish are biting. We're going to show you exactly how to catch a bunch of them on Lake of the Woods. So stay right where you're at. Fish Ed's coming up. Got him. That one did the same thing as a couple of them first ones. Came up and actually lifted it. It just goes to show you how aggressive some of these fish are. I mean, these fish are just attacking this thing. I mean, we just dropped in. We did a little looking around, found a spot here where we got some fish. There's a good one. Better keep our fish. Look at that, 15-inch eye. Exactly what we're chasing today, just some good dinner fish. But you know, moved around a little bit looking for fish. I'm thinking about that prime time right now, but it's not prime time. I mean, we're a long ways from it. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I drilled around just looking for some activity, finally found a spot, set up the house, and I mean, it's dropped down and game on. And that's what's so cool. I mean, when you can get on a bite that's willing to start for you right away, I mean, I'm gonna let that fish go, because ultimately I don't want to fill my bucket too early. I want to fish through that prime time today. But holy smokes, I mean, these fish, they're just tuned up, and I mean, heck, we're just getting started. I mean, it's just crazy, but it just goes to show you that once you drill those holes, find a little bit of activity, and then drop down an aggressive bait, you make these fish go. I don't want to kill too much time here, because I want to get right back in the water while we got them biting like this. Because boy, I'll tell you, they're going. I mean, that's a cool start to a day of fishing here, or an afternoon of fishing. You pull up on an area like that and make them bite that quick. Get some bait back on this thing and drop it right back down there. These fish they're coming up so aggressive too. They're coming up from the bottom. Every one of the fish I've caught here has come from the bottom, actually hit it and lifted the bait, gone straight up with it. And that's how aggressive they are right now. Let's get back down there, see if we can't. There's got to be more of them around. Here he comes. Oh, I missed him. You know what? I don't even know if he had really gotten a hold of that as much as I anticipated that. Here he comes back again, because they've been lifting it on me. So I was trying to kind of anticipate what was happening. Another one, there's 3 or 4 of them down there right now. I wonder if that one got my bait though, because now they're coming, they're racing up and looking at this Wally Talker, but they're not finishing it. Let's see, here he is again. Oh, there he bit it. Look at that, good one. Good fish. Yep, there was bait still on there, and you know, part of it is just the noise that I'm making down there. I mean, these glass beads and discs on this Wally Talker are just going tick, 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 tick. They're just making that perfect noise for a walleye. Another great 14-inch eater there, 14, 15-incher. But look at that, came up and railed it. Man, that's just awesome right there. Take these things all day. I mean, that's just great fishing right there. But I want to show you this bait, because the reason they're reacting so aggressively is not necessarily because of time of day. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm way early. It's 2 o'clock. I mean, I'm way early for the bite that I'm looking for, okay? They're reacting aggressively because of the bait I'm putting down there, and it's not the minnow head, because you could hang that on any spoon, any jig you want. It's all about this Wally Talker. And here's the big thing. These beads are glass, all right? Now these glass beads give you that holographic look. I mean, they can actually almost see through it. It gives it that holographic shine. But then you add these brass discs and you get this sound. And if you listen to this sound, it's just a really high-pitched ticking sound. And what that's doing is it's like a dinner bell. I mean, these walleyes are just hearing it, and I'm just bouncing this down there. That little high-pitched clicking sound is happening. It's making these fish react. I mean, they're coming in. I mean, they're flying in, and it's one after another. I know that if I drop down a less aggressive bait, I'm not going to trigger as many fish. But right now, this Wally Talker, that noise and that look that it's given, I'll tell you what, I mean, they're keyed in on it. I mean, it's like ringing that dinner bell. They're just racing in here and hitting, and there's no reason this bite should be this good already. There's no reason for it. In fact, I'm seeing a bite right now that I'll tell you what, I was hoping it would be this good at prime time. If this is the way it's going to be, I can't wait for a couple hours to go by, because right now, heck, if I wanted to keep these fish, I could just fill up the bucket and head for home the way this is going. But realistically, I want to keep fishing, so we'll let some of these fish go and keep fishing. But holy smokes, you want to talk about turning on a bite and doing it yourself. There's no reason for this bite to be going like this, but we're actually instigating this bite. I mean, we're triggering all of these fish right now. Comes another one. Full throttle, boy. Got him. Wow. That is so cool. When you see a fish coming up and he actually accelerates, this fish accelerated. I mean, there was a point, I saw him come up. He came in from the side again, but he was a little tighter to the bottom. And then this guy actually, when he saw that bait and I tried to take it away from him a little bit, he accelerated. I mean, he just took off like a rocket. I mean, that is so cool. Look at that. One after another. I mean, it's crazy. I want to tell you a little bit here though about the spot I'm fishing. I literally came in here thinking I'm setting up for a little bit later today, but I started out just a little bit deeper. There's a rock pile right over here, and as we head toward prime time, I might move over there, I might not. I might just get kind of an early prime time bite that happens at 4 o'clock before they get up to that rock pile at 5 o'clock or so. We'll just have to see. Day in and day out, that can change for you. But I'll tell you what, I mean, the way it's going right now, these fish, I mean, I promise you, they're not going to that rock pile yet. They're laying right out here. I'm just grabbing their attention. There's no reason for them to be headed up that shallow already. So, you know, this might be one of those days where you can just sit here with an aggressive style bait like this. I mean, this keeps up, man, and I could be on the snowmobile home, you know, long before I even have to worry about what's happening at 4 o'clock. But I mean, we're just here to catch fish for fun today, and I got to tell you, I mean, we're having plenty of fun. I mean, there's another one down there right now as I drop this bait down. There he comes. Oh boy, is this guy coming up on a rail. This could be a really good one. There he is. Oh boy. Yeah, and I think it's a pretty good one. He was a big red band on that sonar coming up, and he was on a rail. Man, that is cool. One thing about fishing aggressive baits is you just draw more aggressive strikes too. You know, there's no watching the rod tip and, oh yeah, great eye. Look at this one. Look at that fish. Look at that. Where's the Wally Talker? It's gone. I mean, he ate that whole bait. Look at that. He ate that whole bait down. It's gone. He inhaled that thing, and I mean, that's a 2-inch long bait. That is just awesome. But what I was saying is, when you're fishing an aggressive bait, I think one of the coolest things is the fact that you draw more aggressive strikes too. And when you draw more aggressive strikes, a couple things happen. One, you miss less fish. I definitely feel like when I'm fishing a bait like that Wally Talker right there, walleyes like this one, I'm sticking them. I mean, very seldom am I not catching these fish. I'm nailing them. But that's not because I'm doing a better job fishing. You know what that is? That's because these fish are so doggone aggressive. When he comes up and hits, I mean, he ain't screwing around. He makes my life pretty easy as long as I'm holding the rod. I mean, even if I wouldn't have been paying attention, he would have about taken it out of my hands. That's an awesome fish. I'm going to throw him in the bucket because we're going to have a fish or two to eat tonight. He's the perfect eating size. Man, that's cool.